Yeah. That
So
is
this week-
one old tasty carrot.
Boy, if I had a nickel. So
no.
this is from Collider.com. It's entitled Star Trek 4 writer confirms next movie is, quote, still on the tracks. Now, do they mean like tied to the tracks with a train coming?
Oh my gosh. So true.
The next installment in the Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto led reboot has been trapped in development limbo since early 2022.
2022?
Yeah, it feels like longer than that.
Like 2000
this time.
Yeah. So
well,
the big
there's
picture.
some hilarious hot takes that aren't included, but we'll finish this part.
The big picture. Star Trek fans can look forward to another installment in the reboot series, although it may take some time before it hits the big screen. Lindsay Anderson Beer, the writer-director of the upcoming Pet Sematary Bloodlines prequel movie, expressed her love for the Star Trek project and hinted at its positive progress. What? Wait, what? How does she? Okay.
She's been in talks with the people before. She was connected to the project before.
Yeah, she must be. And lastly, it says, while the script may have changed hands often, the studio has not abandoned Star Trek 4, and the director, Matt Shakman, confirmed that they're still working on a version of the project he was involved in before he moved to Fantastic Four.
He's not the director, but he was the director.
Right. But he can confirm that they're still, he's like, oh yeah, those guys are still working on it. I'm doing stuff. They're still working on that.
Paid by the hour.
Maybe that's
Best
why
job
it is taking so long.
Yeah.
Because they are paid by the hour.
Version 17.2.
Wow.
They're just trying to have
credits on that's just going to be like
the most perfect movie ever.
It better be.
They're trying to have as many versions as a star date. They're going to be like version 5232.4.1.
Mm-hmm.
The Enterprise is en route to the whatever cluster. Anyway,
it's a cluster, all right.
Well, one interesting thing that's just like, so there's a hot take, and then there's just like an interesting piece of information that like Zachary Quinto's career is going in a really interesting new direction. So I Facebook messaged you a screenshot that he has a new movie actually coming out, like a raunchy comedy in October.
Ew.
That's being reported by like the queer entertainment news sites. I guess it's since he's come out as queer, he's getting all these new gigs. And so like, I don't really know when somebody goes that hard into like independent films, I don't know if like he has an interest in Star Trek, although I'm sure we'll get that article at some point when someone's like, would you come back to Star Trek? But the hot take is that I haven't seen it, obviously, and you always have to take critics with a grain of salt, but Chris Pine directed a movie directed and starred, or I can't remember. I think
right.
And that was shown like in one of the Canada film festivals, and it got like ripped apart. It got ripped apart in the media. Like
it did.
People are like, "This is the worst piece of garbage." I mean, I don't know if anything deserves that, but like, they're horrible. There are horrible things. But anyway, so then I saw this like nasty. I mean, it was kind of mean. Where somebody wrote it up as, so it's more likely he'll say yes to Star Trek because he won't be like doing anything else.
So here's the article is from Queerty. The buzzy dark comedy Down Low hits digital platforms on October 10th. Watch, a happy ending is just the beginning in Lucas Gage and Zachary Quinto's raunchy comedy.
I can't wait to see that. It's fun seeing him living his best life. Love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Interesting. But maybe it's one of those things that time will look back favorably upon. Like maybe we're just not ready for it. 5, 10 years from now, it'll become a cult classic. You know what I mean? Maybe, as the street says, cult classic, not bestseller,
Fair enough.
Maybe
Absolutely.
the right person to write it hasn't come along yet.
Okay.
Exactly. Star Trek 4, you're not even ready for Star Trek 4.
So, Anne-Marie, what were the hot takes you were talking about with
hot
Star
take
Trek 4?
Is Chris Pine and everyone being like, well, it's going to be easier to get him back for Star Trek now. Poor guy. Also, everybody has ups and downs in their career.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just par for the course, especially showbiz. So
yeah, honestly, these days, if as an actor, as a famous person, if the worst thing that's happening is somebody's like crapping on your movie, compared to like everything that's happened like in the last couple of weeks, even.
Also, when it's just like a few critics at a film festival,
exactly,
like somebody hit on him and he wasn't receptive, and so they like
exactly.
You never know.
He's the best, Chris.
Yeah, exactly.
And Star Trek isn't exactly chopped liver either.
Exactly.
I think it's a worthy project to be invested in, especially with your amazing co-stars like Zoe Saldana and Zachary Quinto and everyone else.
Zoe Saldana is one of those people that I like to, talk about that gets into like one of the holy trinities, right? Because she was in Star Trek. She was in Marvel, right? Guardians of the Galaxy. She was in Avatar. I mean, those are some pretty big things to be a part of. What's his name? What is his name? The guy that plays Scotty in the Kelvin movies.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg. He was in Star Trek and Star Wars. I mean, that's a thing. That's definitely a thing. There are a lot of people like that. One of my favorites is Carl Urban, who is in Star Trek.
Yes.
He was in Lord of the Rings. You could stop there, but you don't have to. You could say Judge Dredd as well. Or
yes, he is in Lord of the Rings. And he's blonde.
Oh.
And he rides a horse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
How long since Saruman bought you? What was the promised price, Grima? When all the men are dead, you will share their share of the treasure. I don't remember that.
Oh, I can't wait to watch them again.
Something like that. I haven't seen it in 20 years.
Very good.
But it's something like that.
Which is quite impressive that you're just quoting it off the cuff like that.
I read the books.
What's his name? That plays Grima Wormtongue and Truman Suter.
Brad Dourif.
Brad Dourif. Thank you. Ugh, that dude is.
Oh yeah,
he's magic.
Yeah, he's amazing.
So everybody in the live chat and in the comments below, let us know an actor that has been in 2 or more amazing or huge franchises like Marvel, like DC, like Star Trek, like Star Wars.
Julie Newmar.
Oh.
Don't bother with Doctor Who.
Yes.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Yes.
Professor X.
Yeah.
And I, Claudius.
The one I really like.
The Outer Limits count?
Definitely.
Michael Dorn was in an episode of that.
Will Wheaton was too.
Yeah, he was.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he played Darth Maul. He played Toad on of the X-Men, and he played Snake Eyes on G.I. Joe. And I can't remember
Ray Park.
Ray Park, thank you very much. That's the guy. That is a big one.
Trivia.
That's the big time.